2-2's out, as 2-2 could just be happening right about now. We'll see in just a moment. But here we go, guys, with game number 4 for the Empire Collective Cup Platinum League between BacT and Chris. This series so far in Chris's favor, 2-1 at the moment, as he won game 1 and 3. And now Chris is playing for the win, as he has this advantage and this momentum. He is down to the south of the map in the blue, and he is playing as the Celts. Up to the north in the red, BacT. He's playing as the Mongols, and he is trailing with just 1 point. Playing for the draw right now, and hoping that he can get out of this alive with some kind of points, because if he loses this game, he won't get any points at all, and Chris will officially become the Tyrant Slayer, killing both the Viper and BacT in one day. So it's looking like this could be a really, really nice game as well, since this map is a map that Chris is familiar with. He's played this map already in the Chris versus Juan series. Chris played this map against Juan, and he did lose. So Chris has experience on this map in this tournament already, and that's kind of cool. The map is called Golden Ghost, by the way, and it's part of the Empire Collective Random map pack. No, it is not Baltic, though I'm sure you all wish it was. But yeah, the map itself, really important to take the middle eventually. Now, both players do have stone and gold at their town centers, but the gold in the middle is where it's at in the late stages of the game. And it's interesting because you can't build on the ice either. So you can build in the middle of the map to take the gold, but it's harder to protect it because you can't build a wall around it too easily, since there's a lot of ice that you cannot build on. There's also little lakes here with lots of big fish and shorefish in, and for Chris, it's totally worthwhile, in my opinion, taking maybe these shorefish right here with a couple of vills and walking to and from. Maybe not, actually. I don't know. But obviously you can't build a mill around these because there's ice everywhere, so it's a little awkward, but something to bear in mind. You might see players trying that at some point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this game goes, and of course, big thanks as well to Search Engine Revs for supplying $1,000 to the prize pool. Search Engine Revs are a search engine optimization company from Canada, and they are supporting this event in a big way by providing so much to the prize pool. Like $1,000 is huge, and obviously without their contributions to the prize pool, I don't think that we would have got so many great players to play here. So thanks very much to them, and if you want to find out more about them, then you can check them out in the description or below the stream or below the video if you're watching YouTube as well. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, and Chris here starting off with a dock. Now, he started last game with a dock, and it worked out really well for him. This time around, he is going for a dock as well, and this time he's going to be able to get 3 big fish, and there's tons of little fish in here as well, so it's actually a really interesting dock location from Chris, but why not? I mean, that is so powerful right there, because there's just so much food available in such a small space, and for BacT to actually come and take that away from him, well, he'd have to be very, very ballsy. BacT, on the other hand, is actually doing something a little different. Now, this map has a few sheep laying around as well in the center of the map, on the ice. Very similar to Ghost Lake in that respect. But, yeah, that sheep there, those sheep going back to back space. Going back to back space, that's a good one. There's tons of them. Absolutely tons of sheep available here. So he's not going to be running out of food anytime soon. And again, like I said in the last game, not docking allows you to generally do a faster feudal time. And you can see BacT here about to click up to the feudal age, and Chris is nowhere near. He has nowhere near enough food to go up yet. Bear in mind as well that Chris playing as the Celts and BacT playing as the Mongols. So BacT in this situation will have taken his boar a little faster, but neglecting to take his deer right now, which is interesting. He could push them towards his mill, actually. It's probably worth doing. But with that many sheep, God, it's like New Zealand up in here. He has just got so many sheep under his TC. And certainly going to make up for the fact that Chris has the dock on the front. So Chris off to a slow start again. A slow, chugging start. And, whoa, hold on a minute. How is he able to build this palisade wall on the ice? You shouldn't be able to build on ice, Chris. What is this? How is he doing that? I'm not actually sure how he's able to build on the ice here. Like, I'm almost certain that you shouldn't be able to build on it unless you can build walls, and I'm just mistaken. But, yeah, I mean, ice? Walls? What? The reason you can't build on ice, of course, is because you can't put a foundation on it. What will you do? You dig into the ice and then let it all collapse, and then your whole building falls into the icy waters below? That would be pretty sad. Chris right now, though, 3 fishing ships. I don't think he wants to commit too much to them, but he is definitely slow. Definitely slow to feudal, but he's obviously making a lot more villages. He's making more fish as well, and why does it say he has... Oh, it's 4 military. Okay, Chris doing a drush right now. So I was going to say, like, I thought it said 4 fish, but no, 3 fish. I was like, I thought I couldn't count for a second, which wouldn't surprise me. But yeah, I don't know how Chris is able to do that wall there. So BacT is taking there on the right side. Totally worth it. I mean, he'd be mad not to, really. And he's got a quick wall up now. He's actually got a pretty easy wall here as well. He's walled the back. He's now walling across the front to force Chris in towards the TC if he wants to find any villagers. And so that's going to be able to stop this drush in its tracks effectively. BacT, with that stable, we know what he's doing. He's doing scouts. And since he's playing as the Mongols, that really is expected. In the first game, though, remember, Chris didn't play as the Mongols. BacT did. BacT did a scout rush, and Chris still managed to get the win, which is interesting. So maybe BacT able to do some damage here and prevent Chris getting another win here. Awkward walling, though. I mean, look at this. Come on. This walling from Chris, it's so ambitious. It's so brave. It's so intense. There's just so many walls up in here, especially this one. I mean, that's kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, Chris really walling hard to keep BacT out. And this could actually be really strong from him. Because although, yeah, he's done a drush, he could be feudal by now, and this drush has basically been ineffective. Although he's doing that, he's still walling, he's still in a Dark Age, he's now at 30 villagers. It's essentially going to be a drush fast castle, and if he doesn't fast castle off the back of this, I will eat my hat. But it's pretty certain, pretty set in stone that he will fast castle this. 4 villagers going over to gold, and 3 villagers taking the deer at the back, the 3 fishing ships on the front, how many farms has he got? He's got 8 farms at this stage as well. So Chris, loads of food income. For BacT, he's still got loads of food income, but he's obviously mostly now just on sheep. The scouts in the middle of the map going to get the win there. BacT's coming forwards with 4 villagers. So going to be getting aggressive against this walling from Chris. And I feel like BacT could also do a pretty good castle time here, given that he has so much food available under the TC. So he could still do a really good castle time. And since he's switching into archers now as well, I think he still should have a good castle time as well as some good military production. Whereas Chris is double palisade walling. Yeah, that's right. 2 layers of diagonal sort of palisade. What is this? This is disgusting. Like, it looks horrendous. I usually praise Chris on his walling, because Chris usually makes some really nice nice walls and does some really interesting walling. But in this situation, I mean, yeah. If it works, it ain't stupid, but it does look stupid. I'll certainly give him that. So BacT with the tower on the front. This is a perfect tower position, really. Unless Chris counter towers this. Oh wait, that's not even a tower. That's a watch outpost. I'm disappointed. There you go. There's the tower. This is actually a really good tower location because it will cover the farms, and it will... Okay, for some reason BacT is going back. Why? BacT, that would have been a sick tower right there. And it would allow him to push in as well. But maybe a little close to the TC for comfort. I don't know. Going around this right side, wasting villager time. And I feel like Chris in this situation is in such a powerful position. He really is. He's got stone back here, so if he needs to build more towers, he can. He's obviously the Brits, so he's going for archers. But he's 32 vills. He's on the way up to the castle age. He's still got the fish, of course, on the front. They're all taking that. They've all gone now, but he's still taking the shore fish. And BacT on the right side, going to build his tower over here, perhaps hoping to get through this wall and prevent Chris from continuing to wall it. But Chris with the 3rd layer of wall now, and going to be pushed away by these archers. But yeah, Chris is in a strong position. BacT doing wheelbarrow here. And he will be very slow to the castle age in comparison. But bear in mind, BacT hasn't actually really had to build any farms, which is something. But still, what I imagine will happen is Chris here will just defend. And as soon as he hits the castle age, Chris will have crossbow out. And he might even ignore this army. He might just go for a counter-attack and kill a bunch of Baggio for his villagers. But But yeah, at the moment, Chris, playing as the Britons, of course, going to be taking advantage of the Briton archers. And I think I'm right about that counter-attack as well. Those archers on the front going out right now. BacT here doesn't have fletching. Chris does. But Chris not patrolling, meaning these army units are going to go down to the archers of BacT. And he didn't even notice. Just losing an archer there for nothing. And BacT's going to be quickly sending out an army to try and stop these guys doing too much damage. But yeah, Chris is castled now. You can take advantage of the cheaper town centers for the Brits as well. And now, of course, doing crossbow. We'll also see bodkin arrow. And just really solid for him at the moment. And this kind of build, this kind of strategy of walling like this can be so powerful. So, BacT, he's broken through 1, 2, 3 layers of wall, but he still has another layer to get through if he really wants to hit Chris's eco here. Chris, Siege Workshop, he's taking stone so he can do a new TEC soon. And his crossbow's out here, able to do a little bit of damage as well. Going to be able to kill off a bunch of archers from BacT. Padded archer armor coming in, and no way. No way. You could actually send his fish out over here. Like, I knew ships could cross ice, but I didn't realize they could cross that much ice. My god. Oh, sorry, he's playing the Celts. What am I talking about? My god. Guys, I've been watching too many Brits this series. Jesus Christ. He's playing as the Celts, and I am just an idiot. Sorry. Sorry for my idiocy. I wonder then, Chris could probably bring his fishing ships out of the way of these archers and bring them down here, like out of the way, keep them safe. I'm sorry. I don't know why I had it in my mind that he was playing as the Brits. Like, how is that? Yeah, playing as the Celts. My bad. And Chris here with the Siege Workshop. What am I talking about, man? What am I doing? What am I talking about? You can make a mangonel to defend from any archers pretty easily. The fishing ships, though, going to stay alive now as these crossbows come in and hit the archers. He's also into BacT's eco. BacT's scouts going to be coming back to try and defend. It looks like he'll succeed quite easily there. And BacT only now just clicking up to the castle age. Chris taking a solid score lead right now. And this pressure from BacT has really done so little to him. Chris, so far, no second TC, but he is taking a lot of stone, which makes me think he's actually going to go ahead and try and drop a castle onto Baggio for his eco. I just don't understand why I thought he was playing as the Britons for some reason. Right? He played as the Britons in game 1, didn't he? Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. So maybe that's why I thought it. I have no idea. But yeah, Chris here with the mango, with some forward army. He's going to be able to pressure this, and I imagine we'll see him try and pressure the TC with the mangonel, and probably drop a castle on the front as well. In fact, sending 4 villagers out now to maybe get a bit of a forward going. Maybe he'll try and build something in the middle of the map. There you go, TC, right there in the middle of the map, to lock down some of that gold quite early on. Now, for now, I mean, this gold, the main gold that both players have, it does last them quite a while. I mean, there's no real shortage of gold at the moment. But as the game goes on to the early Imperial Age, then that gold is going to be really important. So obviously it's good to get there as early as possible if you can. And Chris now unable to make it through once again, it seems. He's still going to be able to do quite a bit of damage though, if he can actually hit his shots. Oh no, he made it through. There's always a hole. It looked like there wasn't a hole, but there was a hole. There's always a hole somewhere. And BacT only just getting fletching, only just getting up to the castle age now. And Chris is looking really, really strong at the moment. Second TC in the middle of the map, of course, going to be really good for him. And with his mangonels coming over as well, it looks like he's going to be able to pressure BacT a lot. In the back of the map, going to be able to kill a bunch of villagers here. 2 villagers going down already. And Chris going to be trying to kill the villagers whilst avoiding these archers for now. And crossbow bodkin arrow comes in for BacT there. So he's doing crossbow. He's even on tech. But at the moment, Chris is still ahead in military. He's got 16 military out. And of course, there's mangonels as well, which is going to be pretty devastating to BacT if BacT gets caught out. Now, as Windscreen Wipers said earlier on, BacT likes the archer civs because he likes the micro. We saw it in the Baltic game. Maybe we'll see it again here. Some very good micro from BacT. Maybe. But at the moment, Chris with the hill advantage, microing just fine. Both these guys trying to keep as many archers alive as possible. And that mangonel on the front there, a little caught out of position. Not so good. getting drawn into the TC fire, and Chris not noticing, which is pretty sad. BacT also doing a siege workshop, so able to defend with a mangonel of his own very soon, whilst Chris does that castle out in the middle of the map, and I totally expected that from him. Getting that castle up nice and early. And you know why Chris is doing this? It's because when he played against Juan, that is exactly what Juan did to him. So he is basically drawing upon past knowledge and taking that center control nice and early. BacT also getting wheelbarrow a lot earlier than Chris. So that's like one thing that he has done a lot earlier. He got wheelbarrow before he went to castle, I believe. So Chris with wheelbarrow at 26 minutes, it's pretty late. And as a result, I don't think BacT is going to be that far behind in food. He is a little behind, which is expected, I guess. But he's not like super far behind. And the fact that Chris is so late on wheelbarrow might have let him down a little bit almost. Still, university out for Chris now. He's going to be going for ballistics at some point, I imagine. And the nice thing about having a castle is that if he needs to, he can always go for a couple of Woad Raiders if Bagiofro's mangonels become too much of a problem. So easy answer to mangonels there as well. As long as, of course, he doesn't get caught out by the archers, or the crossbows, sorry, that Bagiofro has. Chris looks like he's got good map control still, and that's always something. But Bagiofro is looking a little better than he did a moment ago. And I thought really that Chris might have been able to capitalize on BacT's slower castle speed a little bit more than he did. At the moment, though, BacT has got his own mangonel out. He's got a good number of crossbows here. And if he takes this fight well, he might take a big advantage. But oh my god, Chris getting a huge mangonel hit on this right-hand side. So much for taking that fight well. Chris absolutely dominating in that one with a perfect mangonel shot. And although he lost his mangonel in the end, I'd say that that was certainly worth it for BacT there. Although saying that, BacT will also kill a second mangonel. So perhaps overall, maybe a little better. I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's a big loss right there. About 8 or 9 crossbows going down. Certainly not cheap. That was a huge shot. And of course, Chris in this situation still holding the middle control nicely. It's only a matter of time until that gold runs out. There's only 2 mines left, both of them starting to get, well, not low, but both of them starting to get mined away. At the back of Chris's map, still more gold available back here, but a third TC is coming up for him. Whereas for BacT, his second TC is only just going up right now. So there's still elements of that slower castle time trickling down and causing BacT some problems here. But yeah, for Chris to go down 2 mangonels, certainly valuable for BacT to do that. And Chris now is bringing out the Woad Raider as well. The Woadie's on the way out. He's on the prowl. And yeah, going to die very quickly to the archers because he actually didn't attack the mangonel, which is kind of a shame. Chris here could kill the mangonel. End up getting caught out by it instead, trying to split. I reckon he could have got a shot in there and killed it and then split and got away, but he didn't. He kind of messed up his micro a little bit. I think this is a good demonstration of BacT's micro. He's able to do pretty well, that's for sure. BacT also taking stone on the right side, and he's actually got 1,000 stone in the bank right now. So BacT could easily put a castle up as well, and the problem is the castle from Chris is there already. And for BacT to be able to take this castle down, it's going to take some really, really difficult plays. Like, he's going to have to get a lot of rams. He's going to have to support the rams while he attacks the castle. And Chris will have mangonels, so it's going to be really difficult. And for BacT, to now actually get a castle up in the middle and stop this castle from Chris standing, it's going to be so hard. So the fact that BacT can make a castle is fine because he can put it in defensive position. But he would really like to get some gold in the middle now, especially as this gold nearly runs out. So Chris, meanwhile, taking a lot of gold in the middle, and he's also up to the Imperial Age. So at this point in time, Chris is miles ahead, and as long as he doesn't make some serious, grave errors, I feel like Chris is in a position where he could probably win this game once he hits Imp, gets out a Treb, and takes down the castle from BacT. Of course, the Celts can't get Arbalest, so he doesn't want to overcommit to crossbows, and I don't think he has either. He stopped crossbow production quite a while ago now, and he's also trading really nicely as well. I believe he I don't know if he did ballistics, actually. I believe he did. He did get a lot of kills right there, trading really nicely. And Chris taking 1,000 score lead at this stage, which is obviously pretty huge. Free Wallows in the chat reckons that BacT should go for some sneaky demo ships. That could actually be pretty cool, because obviously we've seen already that these fishing ships can travel over the ice. So if BacT was to build a dock and make some demos and blow Chris out of the ice, that would be pretty awesome. But I really doubt he'll do that. If he was going to do that, he would have done it already. But Chris now, pikeman done. He's going to go for Haubs because they're nice and cheap. And this is something we actually see Chris do quite a lot, it seems. Like, he always goes imp and makes a lot of trash. And then once he's kind of upgraded the trash, he'll then make the gold units. But I think really with this much food and this much gold, he could go straight into Wodies. He could do that straight away. He could even do the elite upgrade. But like I say, once he hit imp, I imagined that was going to be GG pretty quickly, and it was. Chris there getting the win. BacT calling GG momentarily after Chris hits the Imperial Age. And there you go. I mean, it's a shame we didn't get to see a bit more out of that game. Maybe BacT resigned a little early. But in Bad Geofro's position, he's so far from imp. He's actually only behind by 8 villagers. But he knew what was coming. He knew that any second from now, this castle would be attacked by Trebs. He knew that the Woad Raiders would be coming shortly to raid his eco, and he just wasn't prepared for that. So Chris gonna get the win, and he's gonna take this series 3-1. So there you have it. It's official. Chris is the Tyrant Slayer, beating both the Viper 2-0 earlier today, and now beating Bad Geofro 3-1. What a great victory for Chris, and I'm kind of happy for him, you know. I think it's nice to see him in good shape. And although, yeah, I'm not really rooting for either player in this situation, I think it's just kind of cool to say that Chris has beaten 2 Tyrants in one day. BacT there, kind of dropping the ball a little bit on that last game. Chris's strategy was kind of, not lame, but just mass walls like this. It's no fun to play against, that's for sure, but it does work. And Chris there showing that can really be a viable strat to very easily take a win. It almost didn't seem like he broke a sweat that game, and there was just not really any hardships for him. He just had to do the right things once he hit the castle age, which was to obviously boom his eco and go imp, and at that point it was over for BacT. So well played, and Chris gonna get the victory. And I actually thought it would be a tie, but as it stands, it is